Ladies and gents, welcome to today's webcast. My name is Quasi, the CTO and lead software engineer, and we are here joined by Will.
Hello, guys. I am Will, obviously. I don't know what my role is anymore. I'm kind of a bit of an everything guy.
So today we have a Daphnis launch, and it's been quite a bit since our last Daphnis launch.
I've missed it.
Yeah, me too, honestly. It's a great vehicle, and we are looking at bringing Daphnis Gen 2 very, very soon. So keep an eye out for some tests on that. We might be able to see some behind the scenes footage very soon. But yeah, how are you feeling? You thinking it's going to go well today?
I think it's going to go perfect. We've had so many amazing launches of Daphnis. I can't really foresee anything going wrong.
Yeah, it's I mean, this booster alone has flown 10 times already, so this will be its 11th total flight. No time for caution is the booster number 4, so hopefully it will all go well today.
And a little bit more about that, what do you call it? The refurbishment. Would you call it refurbishment of Daphnis?
Yeah, sort of.
Refurbishment. So Daphnis will soon use 9 engines instead of 7 for ultra power on the booster stage. As well as this, the whole vehicle will be rebuilt from the ground up for a new version that will support for missions to the moon and beyond. Just past that T-minus 8 minute mark until today's launch.
Now you can see the vehicle venting. We're almost fully fueled.
Tomorrow as well is going to be a quite heavy day for launches.
Yeah, we're planning on doing 3, maybe even 4. I doubt we're going to do 4, but 3 launches are planned for tomorrow. Probably about 4 hours apart on each, and that'll include probably 2 Daphnises, and then we're going to have a final launch, which should be a Hyperion certification test flight, and that's going to be a great one to come along and watch. And
Some more
Will,
information.
oh,
Sorry.
apologies. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was going to say there's a question in chat about the plans for colonizing the moon.
Well, I know the big thing here is the moon this month. A few weeks ago, we successfully managed to send the crew of Moonrise 1 around the back of the moon. Forget Flock was the commander of that mission. I think it went perfectly well. 36 hours, I believe, and it was an amazing launch. And I think, was it yesterday? Was that launch successful? I wasn't there, unfortunately.
No, yesterday we actually did lose. I believe we lost a ship. Yeah, we lost the ship, which is a bit of a shame.
Well, in the wise words of some guy, Rome wasn't built in a day, and I think it'll take a lot of hard work, but we'll definitely get there in the end.
But yeah, back to what you were saying before.
Narvichil has started.
So, a little bit more information about today's flight. So, Pathfinder is what we're obviously launching today. Is an Earth observation satellite developed by Polaris Dynamics to collect high-quality imagery and environmental data of Earth's surface. It will serve as the first satellite in Polaris Dynamics' Orbital Reconnaissance and Interplanetary Observation Network, also known as ORION. Pathfinder will operate in a near-polar Sun-Synchronous orbit at 97 degrees to observe the Earth's surface, oceans, weather systems, and environmental changes. Pathfinder will provide valuable scientific data for research, predicting climates, and mapping. Pathfinder serves as a technological demonstration and of Earth observation in the ORION Program. This will be the first mission of Polaris Dynamics with the Saturn Aerospace to observe the planets of our solar system. What a mouthful.
A lot of words.
I believe we did just
Launch site
hear
and NOTAM areas are cleared for launch.
For those who don't know what a NOTAM is, it's either a notice to airmen or a notice to mariners. It's just to keep the range around today's launch pad safe, and so that nobody accidentally gets a Daphnis booster dropped on their head.
Very unlikely, but you know, the chances are slim, but not zero.
That's why we have the range team, just keeping everything clear.
Yeah, and if the vehicle does look like it's going to have a wrong trajectory, we can always go ahead and FTS if required. But we shouldn't need that today. We've got good reliability on the vehicle.
I remember back on the SpaceX Demo 1 mission, I think it was after touchdown, and their range didn't go very successful because there were about 50 fishing boats that came around Dragon and just swarmed it whilst it was off-gassing, I think. Not a good thing.
Another thing, some of you may be wondering,
the final weather balloon has not cleared the restricted airspace.
some of you may be wondering why we have no soot on the booster compared to our old Phoebe rocket, and this is because of the fuel we're using on the engines. Now, traditionally, kerosene and oxidizer do produce that soot, but Methalox and Hydrolox, I believe, don't. So, or it could just be Methalox that doesn't. Similarly to Rhea as well, we use methane as the primary fuel, so it doesn't produce any of that soot.
And if you'd like to be Polaris Dynamics and launch your own payload to space, you can head to saturnaero.space/launch-services to book a mission aboard Daphnis or one of our vehicles. I think, do you pay with the new V?
Yeah, so I'll actually explain this. So we have, you basically invest in Saturn stock, which is a virtual stock. You really use no money. And
also,
initially...
This is LD for the final go, no go poll.
Oh, stand by.
Daphnis controllers go. Range.
Range is go.
Recovery.
Go.
Propellant.
Go.
Engines.
Engines is go.
This is LD. We are go for launch.
Okay, as I was saying, so when you sign up on the website, you get an instant 5,000. Now, if you want to go ahead and book a launch, you can instantly book a launch. Now, Daphnis costs 3,000, Rhea costs 6. So you actually do need to use the virtual stock on the website to actually book a Rhea flight. Now, don't worry, we are going to add many more ways to do this rather than using the stock, because it can go up and down and you might lose money virtually. So we're going to add sort of quizzes around the page to get that extra bit of money so you can launch your payload on the vehicle. But it basically allows us to have less bad payloads, so you need to spend a bit longer to have a payload on our vehicle.
And from what I can see, as part of the next rideshare flight aboard Daphnis, SORP-SSS-1, I think it's around £2,400 to send your payload up, and that'll be launching no earlier than the 31st of July.
Yeah, so get on the rideshare if you can. Of course, if your payload's a bit heavier, you might need a dedicated mission. And above, I believe it's 55 kilos. Above that, we do pay per kilo that you bring on board.
Strong back retraction.
Yeah, so the base fee is £2,400 with an extra £80 per 10 kilo over 100 kilo. That's for the rideshare.
And that's pretty cheap for a rocket.
And for dedicated, it's £3,000 and then £100 per 10 kilo per 10 kilos every over 100 kilo. Sorry.
T-minus 60 seconds on the clock. Me and Will are gonna sit back and enjoy the launch, and we'll see you on the other side.
Godspeed, Daphnis.
Vehicle handoff. Dim 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, ignition, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. Vehicle's pitching downrange.
"25 seconds into flight." Yeah, all engines running. You can see the new diagram.
All 7.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this
Chamber
new
pressure's
diagram.
nominal.
So yeah, we currently have 7 engines on the booster, and the 2 on the right are for upper stage. So we should see those in a little bit.
Oh well, a very nice view of Daphnis there. For those who don't know, all of the vehicles at Saturn Aerospace are named after the moons of Saturn. Rhea, Daphnis, Phoebe, all that. Couldn't tell you anymore. Continue to ascend normally.
Titan,
and
Pandora,
Next year.
Hyperion, Tarvos, Calypso, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Of course.
Beautiful ascent along the launch corridor today.
Yep.
Almost T plus 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Two minutes into flight, 15 kilometers. The vehicle still ascending normally.
Beautiful view there of Pad 39A down at Spaceport Kennedy. Well over those clouds now.
Now we're about double the altitude of modern airliner cruise levels.
See there's those 2 engines there will shortly fire up after Miko and the separation from the main Daphnis booster. After that, the Daphnis booster will perform a boost pack burn and hopefully touch down back at the launch site. In the words of John Young, RTS requires acts of God interspersed with miracles in order to
Miko.
succeed, but I think we've made that pretty normal nowadays.
Stage separation.
You see their split screen view of the second stage and of the booster.
Condition of stage 2.
Boost back burn startup.
You can hear there that boost back burn has just begun.
Attention all operators, this is a recovery. Attention all operators, this is a recovery. We are no-go.
You can hear there that recovery has just announced that we are not going to recover today's booster.
Oh, I believe, yeah. Oh, that's a shame.
We
Wait,
will give you
oh.
more
Separation
information
confirmed.
as we get it.
That's really
Well-
annoying. Our 11th flight of that
I'm going to say that,
booster.
yeah, 11 flights.
So it can do 10 and then it dies. That's a shame. Honestly, I was
No time
hoping
for
that one would
caution.
work.
Rest in peace.
Now, I do apologise. The data you're seeing on your screen there is actually from the booster as well. There's the fairing set.
There we are. Well done, true and faithful servant. Here, the upper stage continue to ascend nominally. I can never say that word. During today's launch, all 2 of those engines continue to fire as we begin to insert into today's orbit, which is. Just give me a second.
There's the data back. Cool.
A 200 by 200 kilometer orbit. See, there we are, 91 kilometers now. Well, we will release a statement shortly on Twitter or X, whatever you call it, just in regards to the loss of today's booster. That is very unfortunate. I feel quite sad, actually.
Yeah, No Time for Caution was our biggest
Success.
flight. Yeah, it was a successful booster, the first ever flight booster.
Well, she did a job. You can't really ask for anything more than that, can you?
Exactly, and it did many flights which were vital to the improvement of our rocket. So we learn from this, and we always find a way to come back. So don't worry, this is not going to stop us in any way. We still have 3 launches tomorrow, and this will help us learn and improve on what we already know.
And as I just said, by John Young, RTLS requires acts of
Range to
God
LD.
interspersed.
This is LD. Go ahead.
And you keep getting interrupted.
We have eyes on the debris of Booster 4, and we are beginning to plan on where it is going to land to see if we are just safe to let it fall.
Seco.
Requires
A-firm range.
Well, yeah, in the words of John Young, RTLS requires acts of God interspersed with miracles in order to succeed. And you know, this time maybe he was right, but I think we've proved him wrong so many times that we can do it again. And I think we'll have 2 Daphne flights tomorrow, so the return to flight will be better than what you expect.
Yeah. And
And
by the
I
way,
think
we
this
actually
Sorry,
are
go
going to be
ahead.
showing the short. This coast phase is very short today. You can see we launched southerly. We actually launched at a minus 45-degree inclination and had a dogleg straight after separation. So that's why we're now pointing south. You can actually see Florida in the distance. But yeah, so in about 2 minutes, so maybe T plus 10 minutes is when we're going to relight those engines and go for that burn. As you were saying, go.
Never mind. A beautiful view there as we are coasting.
Now, about 45 seconds away from that burn. And here we go. So we are about 2/3 of that orbital velocity that we need, and we should bring this next burn will basically get us to full orbital velocity. Now, we want to ensure that we don't have to, wait ages for that orbit burn, so we can get the payload into orbit quicker, so that the payload customer is much happier. This is an option they can choose and whatnot. And of course, if you have any questions about booking a launch, you can always email bookings@saturnaero.space.
If you'd like to book a launch, again, that is saturnaero.space/launch-services.
Second engine set up too.
And that burn should last a couple more seconds here.
Seco 2.
Perfect, there we go. So we are now in a good orbit, and the vehicle is happy, healthy, and the payload, as you can see, is nominal, and we're off in space. So all criteria have been met
Perfect.
for that vehicle, and I'm pretty happy. What about you, Will? Apart from the booster landing, it all went well. We got the payload into orbit. and-
Absolutely buzzing. I think we've done really well for Polaris Dynamics today. And yeah, it was sad to see the booster fortunately die, but you know, it's one of those things I'm sure we'll overcome it with tomorrow's return to flight. You know, we don't really go out for long. We come back with a bang every time. I think that's it from me.
Yep, no worries. So thank you all for tuning in. I've been joined by Will, our mission specialist, and of course I'm Quasi, the lead software. So we'll see you in the next one.
Bye bye.